Hi there, everybody. This is Mark Bromley, your favorite author and artist. Today, we are talking about the book cover of the paperback book cover of the first book of the Yoranthium Book series, Lost Hope, by me, Mark Bromley. This is actually a 3 foot by 5 foot colored pencil art piece called The Rescue Swimmer. It's a scene depicted in the first book of an underwater development, and it's pretty close to what the book actually illustrates there and the reasons for it, because there is a little bit of a underwater adventure that takes place, a at sea adventure that takes place. There is some rather ingenious use of nautical information, my experience in the Navy, and we have ships and submarines, and if you look at the numbers, the way that I have the numbers arranged, the directions, the wind speeds, things like that. There's some technical issues there that are actually spot on for what uh, the naval situation would actually entail. And and it's a great piece of work, and the underwater thing. And of course, people always say, but you have mermaids in your book, Mark. Well, yes, mermaids are actually part of a concept that I'm talking about in my book series. It's about Gaianism. I was in the Navy for a long time. I studied a lot of things about the oceans, about uh, protecting the oceans. Uh, Yes, I'm one of those kind of people that do support Greenpeace and the mission of preserving our oceans and our wildlife. But also, I was also one of those people that actually had to protect the aircraft carrier from people who would vandalize aircraft carriers on the seas. And you know who you are. So, yeah, sometimes extremism just gets extremist. And yeah, I've been on both sides of the coin, so I understand the Navy power thing and the ocean power and there's a big discussion in the book about the convective currents within the ocean, which later in the series you're going to be faced with a big situation of how the world's winds from the sky actually create the currents that are important to the survival of the oceans, that convey the heat around the planet, that even out temperatures and climate, and how even the windmills that we're throwing in the ocean could actually become a hindrance to the very wind systems that keep the planet currently as it is. Because when those convective currents start to shut down or get reduced, or the strength of the wind power becomes less, you end up with crazy weather. Every single wind turbine transfers wind energy into potential energy, stored energy. Transfer of one kind of energy into another kind of energy means that there is a impact. Basically, wind turbines can create wind pollution by diminishing the convective currents that transport temperature regulation around the globe. That some of this new technology has not been fully realized, and the science hasn't been really done to actually identify what potential problems there could be from these new technologies. And I discussed that in the Yoranthium book series. And this artwork is very prolific. It's very good. You can see the impact here. Yes, they're sea elves. They can go underwater, but they're mostly shore-based sea elves. So there is some rules to how far down in the ocean they can go, and there is some real differences about the different species that we will be exploring in later books. By the time we get to book 4, we'll start delving a little bit more into the ocean than we did in the first book. But I wanted to give you a global build-up in the book series. And so this is Rescue Swimmer. This is the rescue scene that happens within the first book. And if you like my artwork, if you want some posters of this, go ahead and order from me. Just send me an email if you want something. Go to my website if I have something available there. I have currently the books. You can even donate to me if you want. And you can go there and you can check out stuff and get to know me a little bit better. And you can watch all these videos about my artwork. This is going to be the paperback cover for the Yoranthium book series, Lost Hope, Book 1. And it's a fantastic piece. The original work is available if you really want that. And it's 3 foot by 5 foot on poster board. It's colored pencil. And that's how I drew it. It's a pretty large picture. And then I squeezed it down into the first book cover right there. And I created a little vortex of the underwater portal that are in the movie, that are in the book. Yeah, I'd like to make a movie out of this. This would be fantastic. After all, it tends to have the only true princesses in 2023 because Disney had flopped and threw that thing out the door. This cult of woke is so broke, I tell you. It is the wrong direction for humanity because it's actually catering to, well, an incorrect perception of things. And keeping true to what the real perception of reality is, this is a very good piece right here. And you all have to agree that this is pretty good as far as a real, true, dynamic scene. And it's underwater. You can tell that it's pretty much underwater. And it's more tropical. And it's a fantastic book cover. Anyways, if you like my work, I'm Mark Bromley. Go ahead and contact me if you want some of my work. Help me out, get the Yoranthium book series out there so people could actually read something good. Maybe even create a good movie series out of it, because there's a lot to digest in the Yoranthium book series. I mean, it's already slated for 30 books in order to truly explain the whole entire story, and I think you're going to love it because it's actually based on reality. It's world travel, world oceans, uh, the whole entire world itself, as far as nature and how we proceed forward into the future. Thank you very much. You have a great day.